Bethesda games are known to come in a wide range of different issues, bugs or glitches. Most of them are rather small inconveniences that can be quite annoying but destroy the game's immersion. Others cause a chain reaction of actions that lead to game-breaking bugs, which can be very frustrating. The origin of these issues often are just engine related, but in other cases also can be caused by specific mods interfering with each other or with the game itself. This is why it's always important to keep your game as well as your mods up to date and verify the compatibility of mods, and in case if needed, install specific patches regarding this. Unfortunately, Bethesda also is known to never actually take care of these issues, so at the end everything depends on the player. But fortunately, this is where talented modders come into place that release many different kinds of fixes and tweaks, which get rid of these annoying problems and also can improve the game in quality and performance in some instances. This video will be about some of these fixes and tweaks I have in my personal mod list. I strongly recommend to every Fallout 4 player. Some are small fixes and tweaks, others have a bigger impact on the game's quality of life or even can improve its performance. First, let me begin with a mod that should be in every load order of every player, even if you're not a hardcore modder. I'm speaking of the unofficial Fallout 4 patch that fixes a bunch of basic bugs that come with the vanilla game that never got resolved by the developers. This comprehensive mod fixes issues related to gameplay, quests, NPCs, objects, and many more. This mod does not do any unsafe changes such as deletion of any files and is highly compatible with almost every mod. This is a true must-have, so make sure to get it immediately if you haven't already. I also featured this mod in my popular guide on how to improve Fallout 4's performance and FPS. I strongly recommend you to check it out here. Second, I got something for everyone that likes to play with an uncapped FPS limitation. Fallout 4's physics engine is bound to the frame rate. This is why the game has a cap of 60 FPS. If you disable this limitation in your settings, you might get a much higher frame rate, but also will experience some strange behavior to the game's physics, such as the player running faster or objects falling much quicker to the ground. This is where high FPS Physics Fix comes into place. This mod unties the game speed from the frame rate, which also fixes some physics related bugs. Because loading times also are bound to FPS, they are much quicker now with this mod. Most of you watching aren't actually subscribers, as you can see here. So if you like my content and want to help my channel grow, I'd be glad if you consider subscribing. It's completely free. You might have experienced your player character twitching or stuttering when sprinting in first person. Antonix35, the same author of the previous mod, released a simple fix that solves this issue. If you're interested, you can read a full explanation on the mod page about how this fix works. This mod is another true essential in my opinion. The next mod also is quite important for a smooth and immersive gaming experience. Raw Input is a tweak that disables mouse acceleration, normalizes sensitivity, and brings horizontal and vertical parity. It also features a scalable aim-down sight sensitivity multiplier. You might think now,
man, I don't need this, because I already changed the in-game mouse settings in the .ini files.
You are wrong. I don't know why, but even though the mouse acceleration value is set to 0, this doesn't change too much, so better get this mod. If you're a fan of godrays but experience quite a loss of frames because of this badly optimized feature, I got the solution for you. Ultra Quality Godrays Performance Fix. This isn't really a mod, rather a collection of console commands put into a bat file. So this changes some values and makes it possible for godrays to nearly look as good as ultra quality, but with the performance of low quality ones. You definitely should give this a try. Fixed Gobo effects is another no-brainer for me that everyone should use. This mod fixes artifacts, pixelation and color banding in textures that are used for special light effects that are called Gobos. For a long time I had this annoying bug. There are some objects that use cube maps, meaning all material that is reflective and shiny just were very dark. For example, it happened with Codsworth or the combat rifle and shotgun. It took me some time and research, but I finally found the solution. Black Codsworth and Windows Fix was my rescue in need, and I strongly recommend this mod if you're dealing with the same issue. Another mod that also changes reflective surfaces is called Wetness Shader Fix. This small mod fixes the exaggerated shine of specific objects while it's raining. There's a common type of crash that occurs when the weapon debris setting of the game is enabled. This can be very annoying and is in fact game breaking. Weapon Debris Crash Fix, again by Antonix35, is a simple mod that gets rid of this frustrating problem. In Fallout 4 there are many objects and surfaces that pretend to have holes, gaps and slits, such as in rubber mats, lockers, fridge trays and many more. But unfortunately, Bethesda developers didn't consider it as important to truly make these into transparent texture meshes. Fixed Alpha Maps gets to the root of this matter and changes it to what it actually should have been in the first place. A simple mod that adds some percentage to a more immersive Fallout 4. Fallout 4's particle patch also makes objects less bright in the dark, such as smoke, fog, dust, blood and many more. This improves ambient and lighting quite a bit, which raises the immersion again. Next up, I got something for all ENB users that get bothered by the overly shiny floor in the Institute. Institute Floor Fix for ENB users fixes that horrible overbright screen space reflection and makes it look like you could actually walk on it without slipping. At the end of this episode, I got two mods for you that are a little more comprehensive than the others. That's because these mods aren't actually single bug fixes by itself, but rather a composition of many different fixes. I'm speaking of fixes and tweaks by Aurelianis that features a bunch of different little fixes and tweaks that are configurable in the MCM settings. Those changes vary from simple bug fixes to quality of life tweaks or improvements in immersion. I recommend checking out the mod page to read about these features in detail. The second mod, other than being a highly customizable game improver, rather is a very comprehensive composition of many different bug fixing mods. Community Fixes Merged, as its name already says, is an all-in-one set of bug fixes that got uploaded in the last few years on the Nexus. Some of these fixes are simply taken over with permission of the author, others got adjusted a little bit. But before you just download and install this mod without thinking, make sure to check out the mod page for the exact list of fixes and further changes, as well as for the compatibility with other mods and fixes that you have already installed. If you want to install this mod, also make sure that you don't already have a fix installed that is included in this merged list. This also applies for each mod of today's video. Those fixes and tweaks can cause incompatibilities with other mods, which also can lead to further bugs. So please make sure to always check out the mod page for information. Those were a bunch of different fixes and tweaks that get rid of annoying game-related bugs and issues, as well improve quality of life and immersion by a lot. If you know any mod that also does the same that wasn't included in this video, feel free to tell me in the comment section below. Here you can watch my guide on how to improve Fallout 4's performance by quite a bit. And there's the last video I uploaded. If you made it to this point, don't forget to like this video, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.